and I'm back with another quick message before I get up out of the bed. But you are, God is saying, in this season, in this next season, because your vulnerability is your superpower, and it's everyone, not many will be able to experience that part of you and be able to treat it carefully, to be able to still tread lightly after experiencing your vulnerability. Because your vulnerability makes people feel so safe. It makes people feel welcomed, and it makes people feel um it makes them feel safe to be who they truly are. And sometimes that can be a dangerous thing if who they truly are is not a good person. Okay. And then that starts a cycle of them taking advantage if you don't have healthy boundaries. So God is saying in this next season, you have to be extremely wise, strategic, and careful with who you are sharing your vulnerabilities with, if you decide to share, if God leads you to share them at all. Um, and uh, it's people, when people, before people get close to you, right? Before they get to know you, they have this connotation of you, or this representation of you, or who they believe you to be already. They have this picture already in their mind, right? And if they deem you as if they've placed you on this pedestal that you don't know about, or they have certain qualities that they admire, when you open yourself up and you share your vulnerabilities, it could also open the door to them seeing your vulnerabilities as a weakness. 4:50 is now, the time is 4:56 p.m. The synchronicity. But anyway, they could basically use that vulnerability, and by that I mean comments, or the weird energy. It's just going to be a lot of underhanded comments and weird energy. You're going to notice, like, okay, for example, let's say, um, okay, let's say music. I always love to do music because I do music. But anyway, let's say you want to start doing music, right? And you tell your friend, like, you kind of feel like insecure about it or whatever, but you feel like you can do it. And the friend is super supportive, giving you a lot of good feedback, a lot of encouragement in that moment. And then the next day, when you guys are around your other friends, or just the next day, you notice them saying, like, yeah, you see this, I hate when somebody tries to start doing music and they know they aren't that good, like that, like basically throwing shade in the area of whatever field you're moving in or thinking about moving into, to throw you off. But then they support you in your face to kind of uh throw the trajectory off of you, deciphering that they're really an op. They really are a narcissist, and they're gaslighting you, because they're being one way, like they're acting like they're supportive, but then after they're supportive, they use that same information to attack you. You know what I'm saying? Or to throw underhanded compliments or make underhanded comments. Meaning, like, they give you a compliment, but then it's some shade within the compliment. So it's like it really wasn't a compliment. But God is saying, really be mindful with your vulnerability in this season, because you are so special. You are so gifted, and everybody does not deserve that part of you. Everybody isn't ready to experience that part of you. Everybody isn't responsible enough to handle that delicate, beautiful, and sweet part of you. And God doesn't want you to harden your heart, or to take that vulnerable part of yourself and try to get rid of it, or hide it, or deem it as weak or unnecessary because of the actions of other people. It is your job to make sure you are being self aware, being observant and aware of your surroundings and who you are allowing in your surroundings. Because people will tell on themselves. People will tell on themselves, like before it even gets too far. It's about you not allowing your emotions to cloud your judgment. Because I was being really open a while back, being really open with a friend, and I noticed how, for one, I never really was open like this with this friend before, and I could tell like they were just kind of like surprised or whatever like that. And but we had a great conversation, right? He gave me great feedback. I mean, the friend gave me great feedback or whatever on the situation, and encouraging, very encouraging or whatever. And then I noticed like the next day, the energy was very weird when we were talking to each other. It was like a bunch of underhanded uh comments where it was just like this weird energy where it seemed like the person was throwing jabs at, like subtle jabs at the situation I was talking about yesterday, but they were kind of like throwing it into today. And don't allow somebody to, always listen to your discernment. Always, always, always trust your gut, because it's never leading you in the wrong direction, you guys. When you feel that way, even if you can't completely break down and analyze what you're feeling, but you know what you're feeling is, like, you know what it is, but you can't like put it into words. Follow it, because it is leading you in the right direction. It's leading you right the hell away from that person, because that person knows what they're doing, and your spirit knows what they are doing too. And people be trying to be slick, and a lot of people are narcissists and don't even know it. A lot of people are narcissists and do not know it, you guys, okay? And it ain't your job to play therapist or mom or whoever they feel like they need. It ain't your job to play that. The second you notice that type of behavior, run, get out of there, skedaddle, okay? Because it's dangerous. You on the battlefield at that point. They have already considered you their prey, okay? um because most things with narcissists are premeditated, so you guys, be very protective of your vulnerability. I'm gonna mention your Mel. Her page is called Your Level Up Guru on YouTube. I love her page. I always get so much information from there. But she talks about so much about how you just really have to be private, and just being mindful in this season, or just period, with sharing your business with people, because people literally, as soon as you fall out, all your business out, or they mentioning something that you've shared with them in privacy, believing that they were, responsible enough to keep that information to themselves. You, next thing you know, y'all not cool no more. Y'all decide to go separate ways, and your business all out in the street. Like, huh? People be wanting to know certain stuff just to use it against you. And God is saying everybody's heart ain't like yours. So please, please, please be mindful with what information you are sharing in this season. If, especially your vulnerability, especially things that are close to your heart. Be mindful, because as you move up in stature in tax brackets, people are waiting on things like this to be able to bring you down, be able to use something against you, to be able to get some money, or just to see you fall. So God is saying, protect your vulnerability in this season. Protecting your vulnerability is protecting your life, okay, your livelihood, your peace of mind, your sanity. So make sure you are doing that. And you guys, when you do that, it's honestly, protecting your vulnerability is a form of boundaries. It's you, you have to be, practicing having boundaries, okay? And God is a God of boundaries. Like, God doesn't just allow anything to happen. So you have to be the same way with how you operate within yourself and people around you. You shouldn't be sharing such, vital information with people because you're allowing your emotions to get the best of you. In those moments, go cry out to God, because most times people aren't in a place to uh sometimes people just aren't in a place to be the support that you need, when they aren't in a good place themselves, or they've already put you on this imaginary pedestal. So they've been waiting on this moment for you to reach some type of weakness in their mind to be able to use whatever sensitive information that you've given them against you. So God is saying, in this next season, keep it to yourself, you guys, or come to him in prayer and allow God to lead you on who to share certain vulnerable information in this next season, because your vulnerability is your superpower. It's your superpower. Your vulnerability makes people feel it makes people feel at home. It makes people feel a certain sense of familiarity. And that is so powerful in this next season, because a lot of people don't even feel like themselves. So you bring a sense of home to people with your vulnerability. And everybody doesn't deserve that. And it's important for you to know that as you move and as God transcends you into this next season, okay? All right. That's it, you guys. I love you all so much. God loves you so much more. And I think I have another message, but I'm going to make a separate video, so we don't have to, so this one doesn't have to be too long. But God is saying, protect your vulnerability in this next season. It is imperative to do so. It is literally going to protect your life. Like, that's how important it is, okay? All right, you guys. I'll get back on here later. I love you all. I got my phone sideways, so I could kind of see the comments, but I kind of can't. I'll get back on here later to go and look at everything. But I pray that you guys are having an amazing day today, and that this message blessed you as much as it blessed me. All righty, bye bye.